Hey, pause your horoscope reading for just a second, because today we're diving deep into something way more fascinating than your daily zodiac. Carl Jung's secret astrology, hidden inside a book so forbidden, it stayed locked away for nearly a century. And now we're cracking open the vault, quite literally, to unveil the lost astrology secrets of Carl Jung's mysterious Red Book. You thought astrology was all Instagram posts and quirky personality memes? Think again. Because what Jung discovered about the stars might just rewrite everything you've ever believed about your birth chart. So hit subscribe and buckle up, because we're about to venture into cosmic territory that'll shift your entire perspective. Astrology these days feels pretty familiar, right? Scrolling your feed, laughing at Geminis are two-faced, or nodding at Sagittarius can't stay in one place. But back when Carl Jung was around, astrology wasn't just unfashionable, it was downright scandalous. Imagine this, the early 1900s, when therapists were more like scientists in white lab coats, scribbling notes about your mother's issues and dismissing dreams as just brain noise. Sigmund Freud, the reigning father of modern psychology, openly mocked astrology as childish nonsense. Then along comes Carl Jung, Freud's top student, whispering, "Hey, maybe the stars mean something more." Cue gasps from every therapist in town. But Jung wasn't just guessing. He had real proof, secret notes, detailed sketches, and carefully drawn star charts hidden inside the Red Book. These weren't just random scribbles. Jung wrote down exactly how the planets matched his dreams and visions, step by step. But why hide astrology in a secret book? Because Jung discovered something explosive. Astrology wasn't just about predictions. It was a mirror reflecting the hidden ocean beneath everyone's mind, the collective unconscious. Jung didn't claim planets controlled your fate like puppeteers. He proposed something way cooler, something he called synchronicity. Think of synchronicity like cosmic rhymes. When planets align or shift, something inside you shifts too. Jung famously said, "We are born at a given moment, like wine born in a season. We carry the taste of that hour." Inside the Red Book, Jung scribbled tiny planet symbols beside dream scenes. One note says, "Mars stands at Philemon's gate. Angry thoughts knock." Mars, the planet linked to anger and conflict, matched perfectly with Jung's own angry feelings, appearing in his dreams. And that wasn't just a one-time thing. Jung mapped his entire birth chart and noticed that his biggest dreams and visions matched when planets like Saturn and Uranus moved in important ways. Your ascendant is like your personal front door. It's how you see yourself and how the world sees you. When Saturn, the planet of tough lessons, crossed Jung's ascendant, he had dreams that made him question who he truly was. He wondered, am I living authentically, or am I just wearing a mask for others? These dreams shook his identity and changed how he thought about life and psychology. Then Uranus, the planet of surprises and new ideas, moved into Jung's fifth house, the area in your chart about creativity and joy. His dreams were filled with new ideas and amazing discoveries. He dreamed of mythical places, strange creatures, and wise guides like Philemon, who showed him powerful ideas about the human mind. These dreams guided him toward revolutionary psychological concepts like archetypes and the collective unconscious. These powerful experiences reshaped modern psychology itself. But that's not all. One night, Jung dreamed of a giant cosmic clock tower, ticking loudly in the dark. He wrote later that Jupiter had just moved into his 10th house, the area of purpose and public life. That week, he decided to leave behind Freud's shadow and follow his own vision. He described it as terrifying but necessary, like climbing a mountain where the air grows thin, but the stars shine clearer. In another dream, he stood in a temple made of crystal, surrounded by animals speaking in riddles. He woke up shaking, only to find Neptune, the planet of mysticism and dreams, had just aligned with his moon sign. That same month, he began creating the first images of mandalas in the Red Book, circles of color and light he believed came from the soul itself. Coincidence? Jung didn't think so. One time, he dreamed of a black sun sinking into the sea. A few days later, he found out a real solar eclipse was happening. His reaction? Pure excitement. The sky has stamped its sign upon my soul. This meant the universe was speaking to him through the stars, confirming his experiences were meaningful. This wasn't just astrology. It was a direct conversation between Jung's soul and the stars. Here's the coolest secret Jung kept about astrology. He treated it like a psychic weather report. Imagine checking the weather before you leave your house. It doesn't control your day, but it helps you prepare. Jung said planets do the same for your feelings and thoughts. When your horoscope says Mercury retrograde is messing with your tech, Jung would say, "Slow down." That's Mercury reminding you to slow down and rethink how you communicate. Here's how he used astrology to help people. Once, Jung had a patient named Anna who was stuck on her painting project. Nothing she did seemed right. Jung saw Mercury was moving backward or retrograde in Anna's chart, meaning it was a perfect time to pause and rethink. Instead of pushing her to paint more, Jung asked Anna to talk about how she felt inside. She realized she felt rushed and anxious. By understanding Mercury's message to slow down, Anna learned to relax and found her creativity flowing again. See, Jung didn't think astrology controlled your future. Instead, he thought it helped you understand your inner feelings, giving you a chance to react better. He told his patients, talk to Mercury, not meaning actually chatting with a planet, though hey, whatever helps, but listening to the message your feelings are sending you. Astrology for Jung wasn't about predicting tomorrow. It was about understanding today, helping you grow by noticing your inner weather. He said, astrology is a reflection of your mind, not a cage for your destiny. So, how is this different from a prediction? Simple.
Well, the stars don't tell the future, Donkey. They tell stories.
Astrology to Jung wasn't about telling the future. It was about giving you a better understanding of your present feelings, like an emotional weather forecast. Similarly, knowing there's a storm doesn't mean your day is ruined. It means you bring an umbrella. Ever felt creatively blocked? Maybe the sky's message wasn't do more, but slow down and listen. But Jung's astrology went even deeper. He saw each zodiac sign as a powerful archetype, universal characters that live inside everyone. Think of archetypes as the main characters in your favorite stories. The hero, the trickster, the wise old sage. According to Jung, your zodiac sign isn't just your birthday, it's your personal archetype. For example, if you're an Aries, you're like the hero archetype, brave and ready to face challenges. If you're a Pisces, like Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter, a dreamer dancing through invisible realms, full of imagination and kindness. Jung believed understanding these archetypes helped people make sense of their inner struggles and strengths. Inside the Red Book, Jung didn't just jot down symbols. He talked with archetypes in his dreams. Remember Philemon, the wise old man? Jung realized Philemon was like Sagittarius, full of wisdom and adventure, kind of like Dumbledore in Harry Potter or Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, guiding him to new ideas. Salome, the mysterious dancer, represented Scorpio's depth and intensity, like Catwoman with a mystical edge, teaching Jung to trust his feelings. By connecting zodiac signs to archetypes, Jung showed astrology wasn't about predicting events. It was about exploring your inner world. Each zodiac archetype was like a different guide, helping you understand yourself better. And by meeting these guides in dreams and visions, Jung unlocked powerful insights that changed how we see ourselves and our place in the universe. Ever stare at your chart and wonder what it means? Maybe it's your soul, trying to speak in circles. Jung loved mandalas, those circular, beautiful symbols showing wholeness and harmony. They showed up in his dreams, his art, and his therapy work. He believed mandalas were like maps of the soul. Now take a look at your birth chart. See that big circle split into 12 slices, filled with stars and symbols. That's no accident. Jung saw it as your personal mandala, the one drawn the moment you were born. Not to tell your future like a fortune cookie, but to help you understand your inner world. He once said, "The mandala is the psychological expression of the totality of the self." So when you're looking at your birth chart, you're actually looking at a picture of your whole self. Your hopes, fears, patterns, and potential.
This has potential.
Each planet is a piece of you. Each zodiac sign is a flavor of your energy. Together, they paint a cosmic selfie of your soul. To Jung, reading a birth chart was like reading your own sacred story. Not to find out what job you'll have or who you'll marry, but to ask deeper questions. Who am I becoming? What parts of me need healing? Where does my light shine the brightest? Your chart, he believed, was like a compass pointing to your true self. A round, starry mandala, made just for you, waiting to be explored. And guess what? You're probably already drawing mandalas, spirals in your notebook, patterns in your dreams, or even in the tattoos you chose. And now, let's go even deeper. Jung believed that the same patterns we see in the sky, the stars, planets, eclipses, also live inside us. He saw the cosmos and the psyche as mirrors of each other. That's why he didn't just study astrology, he lived it. He tracked the movement of the planets like a detective, watching how they sparked visions and dreams inside him. He once wrote, "The sky has stamped its sign upon my soul." That wasn't poetry, it was a real feeling. One night, Jung dreamed of walking through a burning forest while holding a crystal sphere. The next morning, he discovered that Mars and Pluto had just aligned in his 8th house, the area of deep transformation. That dream pushed him to confront his fear of death and rebirth, inspiring new pages in the Red Book about the phoenix rising from fire. Another time, he dreamed of a huge wheel turning in the heavens, each spoke lighting up with golden sparks. Later, he noticed Jupiter, the planet of growth, had entered his 9th house, linked to wisdom and belief systems. That month, Jung began writing about synchronicity for the first time, calling it a principle of meaningful connection. He felt as if the wheel of heaven had unlocked a door in his mind. Jung's astrology wasn't about guessing the future. It was about waking up to the universe already inside you. He saw the stars not as distant objects, but as reflections of your own story unfolding. Jung was onto that 100 years ago with astrology. Not as woo-woo fortune-telling, but as a map showing how the universe and your soul might be in constant conversation. So next time you see a shooting star, take a breath and feel what's moving in you. Because perhaps the stars aren't just watching. Perhaps they're remembering. Here's where Jung's secret astrology goes next level. He traded letters with Wolfgang Pauli, a literal Nobel Prize-winning quantum physicist. Yep, psychology met quantum mechanics, and the results were wild. Pauli started noticing something strange. The electrons he was studying seemed to jump at the same time his dreams changed. Sounds bonkers, but that's what got him hooked on Jung. Jung noticed the same thing. The moment a big dream cracked open his psyche, bam, there'd be a cosmic event, a planet shifting signs, an eclipse, or a wild alignment lighting up his chart. Together, Jung and Pauli began to wonder, what if the outer world and the inner world aren't separate at all? What if your dreams, the stars, and even atoms are dancing to the same rhythm? They called this idea unus mundus, the one world, a place where matter and mind were connected. It wasn't magic, it was just deeply meaningful. Today, physicists still debate things like observer effects and entangled particles, where looking at one thing changes another across space. Sound familiar? Jung was on to that 100 years ago with astrology. Not as woo-woo fortune-telling, but as a map showing how the universe and your soul might be in constant conversation. So next time you see a shooting star, ask yourself, what is it lighting up inside me? Because maybe, just maybe, the stars aren't predicting you. They're remembering you. Carl Jung didn't use astrology just for fun. He believed it held a secret code connecting the stars, your soul, and the entire universe. The Red Book isn't just a diary. It's a treasure map. One that shows how your birth chart isn't about being boxed in by fate. It's about breaking out. See, your zodiac sign. It's not just your mood for the month. It's a personal invitation, a message from the universe that says, hey, want to meet a hidden part of yourself? Your moon sign. That's your emotional compass, your rising sign. That's how the world meets your soul. Your chart isn't a list of rules. It's a cosmic blueprint for becoming who you were always meant to be. Jung believed that by decoding your chart, you're not predicting your future, you're co-creating it.
Created, we built the world for ourselves.
He once said that astrology reflects the deepest laws of the human soul. That means the planets don't control you, they echo you. They show where your story is blooming, healing, or breaking into something new. So now, we turn the question to you. What if the universe isn't outside you at all? What if it's your mirror? And maybe the real secret Jung left us wasn't just hidden in a vault. It's already glowing inside your own chart, waiting to be read. We'll help you decode it. Subscribe, explore the playlists, because your chart isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your awakening.